Welcome to the postgame show for Game 12 of Blitzball Battle 4. Another magnificent display of Blitzball cinema. The Woogas pull out a 9-6 miraculous win from Baggage, and it's another playoff disappointment for a team that were just begging to get over the hump. They had some flashes here. They were up 5-0. Jake hits the grand slam. They get the run in extra innings. They're one strike away. And in the end, it's a tale as old as time as Dan Rourke joins a group of me and Joe's McFly with getting those walk-off home runs in big Blitzball Battle playoff games. Let's throw it to Rose and Moylan to try and understand this absolutely beautiful mess of a game.
We welcome you to the DraftKings postgame show inside the warehouse, which is still jumping after an extra inning walk-off grand slam by Dan Rourke against Jimmy O'Brien.
Feel that.
My goodness. Did you expect to see that?
No, I didn't expect to see that. I don't think anybody expected to see that except for you, who brought up the fact that they were talking about those two moments right before that inning. And what happens? Holy, I'm not going to swear because we've done that too much. This is unbelievable. It happened again.
Well, we have seen in past Blitzball postseasons Jimmy O'Brien give up walk-off home runs to the likes of Jolly Olive and Joe's McFly, and you can add now Dan Rourke to that legendary list.
Some say it made their careers. I don't know. That may be just me overstepping my mark, but this could be Dan's moment. If this isn't Dan's moment, I can't wait to see what is.
Wow. What an amazing playoffs. We have seen 3 extra inning affairs, none more dramatic than this one, thanks to the man who is standing by on the cement with our Kelsey Wingert.
Okay, first of all, Dan, I just think you need to take a deep breath.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm hyped up right now, but it feels good. It feels good.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, 2 strikes, 2 outs. You know the history of Jimmy in this warehouse giving out walk-off hits. Just walk me through your mentality in that at-bat.
Well, me and my boy Jimmy Knorp, shout out to him first of all. We our whole thing has been pass the baton, so I'm really just looking to pass it off to him. I knew Jimmy might be throwing that little spinner thing that he does. I saw it, waited on, and got lucky, I guess. I don't know.
And for you, Dan, pregame, you told me Jimmy Knorp's the best teammate you've ever had. This is now back-to-back games for you with a walk-off hit. How good are you feeling at the plate right now?
Feeling good. We still got 2 more to go, but like I said, I couldn't have done it without him. Without all the dope people here at this warehouse. We've come a long way since the jeans and boots, I think, so it feels good.
Do you feel bad for Jimmy O'Brien at all right now?
Yeah, I mean, of course I do, but, he's a better man than I am because he came over to me right away and was just like, yo, good hit, congrats and all, and he was in good spirits, so, Jimmy's the man.
Where does that rank for you? This one right here, where does that rank for you?
In life, even if I had kids right now, even if I was married, this is number 1 best day of my life.
Oh, Dan, go and
they always say. They're always like, oh, besides my wife getting married and my kids. No, this is number 1 the rest of my life.
Congratulations on that. Take it in. People are waiting to cheer for you, Dan. What a game we saw tonight, guys.
I threw the same pitch I struck him out in the first inning. We just got a lot of plate, and I guess he saw it. So I'm happy for Dan because he put in a lot of work in between this tournament and came to our practice sessions and changed his swing. So.
One, I had a feeling once especially got the 2 strikes, it was going to come down to that damn curveball because he got me before, and I think the first step out of the game or whatever it was, and I looked like a fool. So I had a feeling because he had a pitch to play with. I think what was it, 3-2 maybe or 2-2 word? Yes, he had a couple pitches to play with. So I had a feeling that curveball was coming. He hung it up a little bit more, and I saw it well.
I finally felt good. I haven't really felt good playing in a blitzball battle in a while, and so I was like, I think I'm just bad now and I can't compete. And then I finally felt like, oh, I can compete. And then that happens. And it's like, oh, that's what happens. So I'm glad I'm a content machine, but I genuinely sad. It sucks.
I'm so bad at with those moments too. It's very easy for me to let loose on the negative side of things if I'm doing bad. But when something crazy goes like that, I don't know. It was a dope moment. It was sick. I really enjoyed it.
I gave up 5 in the second. Should have never even gotten there. So.
Yeah, you also got the grand slam, though, and I don't think I got any hits this game. Oh, I got 2 bloop singles. But, yeah, I felt like we were competing, and then, I felt like I was making my pitches. I hit, an up-and-in fastball on Knorp. That was great. Told Jake I was going to go high fastball to strike out Rourke. I executed the high fastball. I threw that forkball exactly kind of where I wanted to throw it. I had the imagery of glass like I struck him out in the first. and I thought maybe he'll swing over it, so I should spike it. And then I thought, nah, the crowd will be more excited if he takes it and hits glass. So I put it over the heart of the plate, and then he fucking bombed it.
Never a doubt. Like when I told Dan after we came back from down 5-0, before I went out to pitch in the top of the third, I said, no matter what happens, like, I'm proud of us. The fact that we came back from 5-0 was nuts. And even my at-bat before the single that got Dan up, when there was 2 outs, I said, don't try to swing too big. Don't try to hit a homer. Don't try to hit a double off the wall. Just hit a ball back up the middle for a single, because I trust Dan. I've been saying that all week. What's our motto this week, Dan?
Pass the baton.
Pass the baton. Pass the baton to the next guy. That's what we did to come back in this game. We're the comeback kids. I'm so proud of Dan, man. I mean, down to his last strike, sat back on that curveball and just smoked it. I mean,
And none of this happens without the one and only Jimmy Knorp.
one of the greatest moments of my life, honestly, just watching Dan hit that ball.
We just gotta win. We did all the other stuff. We just gotta win. No. Score runs. Don't let them score runs. We're about a pitch away, or an inning away for myself. So tough.
Yo, let's win this fucking tournament,
Why
bro.
not,
Like,
though?
for real. Let's win this fucking
Why
thing.
not?
What do we got? We got 1 win, another win, a third win. 3 fucking wins.
Well, we
Let's
got to win
get
this one for the third one. We've only won 2 so far, big guy.
I know, but I'm saying we have 3 till. It's like the 11 wins in October. 3 wins in October. Let's win this one.
Playoffs, I will put my body on the line. I really will.
You could say that. Yeah, I've never actually faced them, but
Jimmy's starting. I heard you went deep off of Jimmy in practice.
That's true.
So let's
That's
go.
true. That's true. I'm gonna shake that shit off, and I'll be back next time. That's ridiculous. That was a horrible at bat. I'm just gonna forget about it.
Get him, get Dan again, we'll go hit. Fuck it. Let's fucking go. Hey, that's the warehouse. That's the warehouse. Let's go. Built this motherfucker.
I don't want to get our hearts broken, Zach. We only lose via walk-off. So don't even fucking think about it. Okay? We can't. Hey. They can't walk us off. They can only tie. No. We're fucking golden.
Well, those post-game pressers pretty much sum up how everyone is feeling. Emotional, shock, disappointment, brutal post-game interview for Baggage, who are just looking for answers, looking for ways to get in the win column in the games that matter the most. Jimmy looking dejected, understandably, but you got to really appreciate the team chemistry of Woogas. These are 2 guys who met only a few days ago, and yet they look like they've been friends for life. And Dan Rourke crediting his teammate Jimmy Knorp, giving all the praise to Dan. It's got to warm your heart as Woogas heads into this next round of the playoffs against hook, line, sinkers. And that next round would not be possible at all without the help of the DraftKings Sportsbook. The DraftKings Sportsbook is here to help you get closer to the action. Whether you're a diehard basketball fan, hockey fanatic, or looking ahead to the golf season, DraftKings has you covered. Get some skin in the game and download the DraftKings app right now and use our promo code WAREHOUSE. And if sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy and have the shot to win cash prizes. So download their app now and use promo code WAREHOUSE when you do. That's promo code WAREHOUSE only at the DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. We're off to the semifinals, guys. There's only 3 games of Blitzball Battle 4 left, and we got the best of the best. So let's turn it over to the pregame show for Game 13. Welcome to the pregame show for Game 13. It's the 1-seeded McFlurry Power taking on Lovias in a rematch of their regular season game where McFlurry won 2-0 in convincing fashion. Of course, the story here, Kollin Stone, leading the plastic surgeon race, hasn't given up a run. K-Mac pretty much just as good, but the Lovias coming off a fiery, dramatic win over We Got Ice, where Nicky cast through 81 pitches in 1 game. Let's go over to the players to see what they have to say to Kelsey in their pregame interviews.
Team Lavia is playing for a spot in the BB4 championship game. This is a team that you guys have faced up with already this season. It's a regular season rematch. They won 2-0. And Nicky, you at the plate, an uncharacteristic performance, 0 for 4 with 3 Ks. What did you take away from that offensive performance versus them that you can learn to go into today?
I think I took away that Kollin put in the work, and I undervalued what he was capable of doing. And so I went back to the drawing board. I made a couple of adjustments. I got glasses this game, and those seemed to help me out in the playoff game before. So looking forward to doing some damage today.
I guess what were the big takeaways from that game that you guys need to duplicate here to get the win when it really matters?
Throw strikes. They didn't hit Kollin. All their base runners were me walking people. So if I don't walk people, we win for fun.
Dalton, your personal opinions on both K-Mac and Kollin?
Kollin is a hard worker. We saw what he did. K-Mac's a freak. K-Mac's just an absolute freak in a good way and in the worst way possible. Fun competitor, awful competitor. Love watching him, hate playing against him. Now it's time to kick his ass.
And your personal opinions on Nicky Cass and Dalton Feely?
I love them, but not today.
Very ugly.
Well, a couple key difference makers for both of these teams. Kollin Stone's girlfriend in the audience, Nicky Cass, putting on the glasses and turning into an absolutely different kind of player. So who really knows what kind of Lovey's team we should be expecting after their 0-2 regular season and then that 10-6 win over Ice. But it's going to be tough to score any runs against the best pitching duo maybe in Blitzball Battle history. To show you just how good they've been, let's toss it over to me in the olive pit for some stats. Thank you, my darling pregame host. It's finally semifinal day. We got the 1-seeded McFlurry Power versus the 7-seeded Lovias. What are they doing here? They went 0-2 in the regular season. They win the playoff game against We Got Ice. It did take 81 pitches from Nicky Cass to get it done. He now leads the league with 5 1/3 innings pitched because Dalton Feely didn't get a single out yesterday. So I expect to see him on the mound today. And he's going to need to pitch well because everybody in this matchup has pitched well, specifically Kollin Stone, who's still the favorite for the Plastic Surgeon Award. He's got 4 1/3 innings now, no earned runs, 12 strikeouts, 2 walks. He is a hard man to hit, and K-Mac behind him has been just as good. He actually leads all relief pitchers with his 1.67 ERA, so both of these guys give a really tough time for hitters at the plate. And Lovias, they're still searching for their first home run. They're one of only 2 teams in the tournament to not hit a home run. The other one is the hook, line, sinkers. And Lovias' offensive woes were part of the story going into their last game. They scored 5 runs in their previous 4 Blitzball games, going back to Blitzball Blitz. Then they took that total and they doubled it in one game against one of the best pitchers in Warehouse history. So they've got some new energy going. Maybe they can pull off another upset against what's looking like the favorite to win this entire tournament. I'm really excited for this purple and pink matchup. Let's go back to the pregame show and see what else they can tell us.
Interrupting the boss right here and Ronnie. We're doing vibe check. Last day, Blitzball Battle 4, Lovias versus McFlurry.
If Lovias wins, the Lovias can win, but it would be an upset. McFlurry looked good.
Ooh. Are you on that same page?
Yeah, go Lovias.
Great insight, Ronnie. Thank you. Crush that one. Dan Rourke, superstar Dan Rourke. I got to get you real quick. Lovias McFlurry, who you got?
Lovias McFlurry. McFlurry, I think.
I don't know who I'm going. I think I'm going McFlurry. They're too good right now. Kollin Stone is a freaking animal. Lovias.
All right, Peter Moylan, the first of our 2 semifinal matchups. And I guess the big question is, are we going to see the Nicky Cass at the plate from the regular season or the one that really took it to We Got Ice?
He told me during the break that he was locked in as he's ever been in this warehouse that last game. The question is exactly that. What happened to Nicky in game 1? He was just not himself, swinging and missing a lot, couldn't find anything with his pitching, but he actually got out of it with unscathed, but it was just untidy. What are we going to see from him today, and what can Dalton do? He's been the product or the recipient of the best probably value of that new rule.
Yes.
He's fielded more balls, which has allowed him not to have to pitch. I mean that with all the love in my heart. I don't mean that as if you are going to be great today, Dalton.
The question is, how can anybody be great against the pitching of McFlurry Power? In 3 games, they have allowed 1 run. They have got the undisputed Plastic Surgeon winner, at least in my opinion, in Kollin Stone.
Yeah.
These guys have just been nails on the mound.
They really have, and even K-Mac's contributed as well. But Kollin Stone has been on another level. Jack Doyle, we've seen him dice people up. Bit inconsistent this year, but for Kollin, it's just been pitch after pitch after pitch, and not just the same one. He's been able to mix it in. It's been great.
We are super excited for this one. Kelsey, Wingert, give us a prediction.
Whoo! You know what? I think I'm going to go with Team Lovias. You talked about the dominance from McFlurry Power on the mound, but they've only scored 3 runs so far this tournament. Kyle MacDonald also has had a hard time finding the strike zone as well. I do think that Kollin Stone right now is probably the MVP of this tournament, but Team Lovias, Nicky has the glasses on now. That's changed everything. The way he hit in the last game, they are prescription glasses.
Excellent.
I have no idea why he was not wearing them to begin with, but he's decided to put them on now, and we saw what he was able to do at the plate. So I will go with Team Lovias in game 1, guys.
Yeah, by the way, I saw Nicky in the breakfast room. He didn't have his glasses on. He's like, Rosie, I can't find my glasses. I think I left them at home. And he starts, running around. He found them in the bleachers. I'm like, Nicky, how does this happen? Like, that is your magic potion.
If I'm not without these, it's not a good look.
Oh, my
you know
God.
What I mean? I don't know what happens. I'm sure.
Please do a game like that.
No, I can't.
Who do you have?
I have Lovies as well. I can't go past my boy Nicky Cass. He's been on fire last game. He's going to continue that. McFlurry's been great. It's going to be a great battle.
It's the magic of McFlurry power. Ever since Jake did this, they have not lost a game. 4-0 in floorball, champions. 3-0 in Blitzball Battle 4. I think we'll see them in the title game, but you will have to see for yourself. Make sure you tune in. We'll all chat it up in the stream, and we cannot wait. For Kelsey Wingert, Peter Moylan, our amazing John Boy Media production team, I am Chris Rose. We'll see you for the first of our 2 semifinals. You've been watching the DraftKings pregame show.